Hello, it's me and welcome to another video. This is going to be a migraine vlog. That does not sound very fun, does it? Yesterday I had one of the worst migraines ever. I have started to get them more regularly. About 10 years ago, I got them so frequent I was on medication to actually prevent them. And then I don't know what happened, but obviously I stopped taking them and I was fine. And then more recently, I've been getting them more and more often. So I went to the doctor's this morning. The doctor has told me I need to go for a blood test, which is booked in for next week. I also need to book in for another eye test, and I do not need another reason to get more glasses. I love getting new glasses. However, I'm not a big fan of getting my eyes tested. Anyway, that needs to be booked. And then he gave me some medication to try when a headache comes on. I have also been told to carry on taking some anxiety medication that can help prevent the headaches that then turn into migraines. Also, I work in an office 1 day a week, and it may be that I'm given a specific desk to work from where the lighting can be adjusted to be a bit lower for my sensitive eyes and the headaches I'm getting. I know a lot of people say that sleep is the best thing for it, but sometimes my migraines can last 3 days plus. Like, they get bad. One thing I will say that does make me feel better is a hot bath or shower. That does always help. Not to the extent of getting rid of it, but it does help me feel better. A lot of medication doesn't really touch the sides when I have a migraine. There's certain things I've tried, like hot towel on the back of the neck while you've got a cold one on your forehead, or putting your feet in hot water. There are so many things I've tried. I literally went on TikTok and kind of like went through all these things to try and help with migraines. Talking of TikTok, I did get this off of TikTok shop and it did help quite a bit yesterday. It does play music, which I straight away turn off. You can, so you can skip songs. So you can get some relaxing tunes. So then you have this button here. Mid-range pressure. Changes the pressure, and then this one changes the temperature. Now I will demonstrate what happens. It literally gives you an eye and temples massage. I look like I'm going to space, or maybe I'm some type of robot or something. There's something AI-y about it, which, I mean, I feel like this mask is technically a robot giving me a massage. It feels lovely. Like, I had to lower the pressure. I was going for high pressure and it was actually a bit too hard on the temples and I could feel it afterwards. But at the same time, I love it. It feels amazing. So now I'm feeling a little bit better. I thought I'd just do a mini vlog this week, checking in with what I'm doing to help with my migraines, what I'm eating, drinking, any medication I'm taking, any kind of precautions I'm taking to try and help with the migraines. I'm also going to do a little bit of kind of skincare. I do also need to do another one of these. You may, if you've watched my last video, you may recognise these fellas. Some other things that I do to help when I have a migraine or when I have a headache. One thing, eat some chocolate. I'm not saying this will help everyone, but it's never a bad idea. This is great stuff, and if you believe it's going to help, then maybe it will. When I have a drink, I avoid any hot drinks. I don't know what it is. When I've got a headache, it doesn't make me feel any better. Something hydrating, like one of these, or just squash is kind of what I resort to, but I will sometimes pick up an energy drink because that does make me feel better. Thought I would also mention my nails. I am loving stick-on nails at the moment. So these are Candy Claws. I've got like a couple of boxes unopened. However, the main thing that are making these last is this glue, semi-solid glue. This is genius stuff. This keeps them on and really holds them on. Like when I did one slightly wonky and wanted to take it off and it wasn't coming off. So this stuff is brilliant. I do want to try some of the Glamnetic nails. I do find I mainly need nails to stop myself biting, which is an anxious thing I do. I think it's very much stress related when I bite my nails. So as a reader, when I am not feeling my best, I find it easiest to just listen to an audiobook that is kind of easy to follow, something that really takes your mind off things. It doesn't make you overthink too much. So nothing like high fantasy, something chill. This is what I have currently been listening to today. I've not got much left. Not all of the things that I read or listen to are book recommendations, because this, being a dark romance, isn't for everyone. In fact, I would struggle to know who to recommend this to. However, what I'm trying to say is listen to a good audiobook. Reading doesn't always help for myself because a lot of the pain is in my eyes. So listening to a book or something calming or chill, something just easy. I wouldn't say this is particularly easy listening for everyone, but I am enjoying it very much. Like I said, I haven't got much left. It's a dark romance. It switches between two timelines. It is multi-POV, so you get the past of when the two main characters got together, and then you get the present where they kind of have a love-hate relationship. Their story doesn't end in this book, so you can see it says book 1. There are 3 books in the series. I don't know if all 3 follow this couple, but I know the second one does. I will be continuing with a different series after this one, possibly. I find it hard to talk about books, mainly because not everything, like I said, not everything I read is a recommendation. However, maybe I'll just let you know if I feel like it's for all. I'm going to be putting some of this on my hair. So this is the Good Calmer Conditioning Moisture Cream, and it's a leave-in treatment. So anytime I feel like I cannot be bothered or I just don't fancy conditioning my hair, instead I'll use this, put a bit of that on, brush it through, job's a good one. There we go. I think, oh, the only other update I had was I've been trying this roll on from Wild. Usually I use a different kind of deodorant by them, but I've been trying this one. So far so good, but Wild is one of the only deodorants I actually find that works for me. So it helps that they are cruelty free, vegan, like they also help with plastic reuse, like lowering plastic usage. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They're good for the planet. Good morning. Oh, Dexter, stop it. Good morning. We are going to go through my current usual morning routine. I always start with this. Try and drain as much of those kind of liquids as possible. Kind of get a bit of a jawline back. So when I first looked at how to use this, it was like, do it in these areas about 10 times, but sometimes like I just have to switch it up, especially going down the neck. Like I do feel like it helps, but it's just very uncomfortable. And then we go through here and kind of go across the face, over the nose and up. I also like to try and drain anything from my hooded eyes. And I do feel like this kind of helps a lot. Like, you may not notice it too much, but I notice such a difference because I've got hooded eyelids anyway. It just opens my eyes up that little bit more. My next step, I need to do this every morning whether I'm doing full skincare or not, is I use the Liz Earle Eye Bright Soothing Eye Lotion. Ignore the fact that it's got hair dye on it. But I put some of this on a cotton pad and wipe my eyes. My eyes seem to be so irritated in the mornings, but it could be because it's getting to hay fever season. You've probably seen Medicube all over TikTok if you're on there. Maybe you haven't, but these are well loved. So there's different colours. I've got the blue lid as well as the red lid. So it does depend on what your skin's currently like and which one works best for you. I also find that it depends what time of year it is. There are not many steps left, and if you've watched my Alex Warren video, I do most of this in that video. Dexter, stop it! So this is The Ordinary, and again, I was highly influenced by TikTok. I think there's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? Although those pads that you can get on TikTok, I was actually recommended them by someone not on TikTok. So even though you could get them on there, that was a different recommendation. So this does say, shake well before use, apply a few drops to the face in the morning and evening. So it's a face lotion, use as the last step of your skincare routine as a moisturiser. I do another step after this though, sorry Ordinary. One thing I do love about this product is it really soaks into your skin, so your skin doesn't feel sticky or wet afterwards, and like you can't even tell I've put product on. It's wonderful. Now, Dr. Malaxin, again, another TikTok product. I don't need to say this, do I? However, they have improved this so it's less greasy, because although it's a very good product, you can kind of see the line, like the wetness that it leaves, but it really helps with tightening around your eyes. Anywhere you kind of get either dry skin or lines, I kind of work around those areas, and it has been really helpful. But like I said, it does leave your skin a little bit greasy, so they do have a new version of this that is kind of matte, and I do really want it, but I feel like I should finish using this one first because it's not a bad product. And just lastly, I have another Ordinary product, and this is the lip treatment. So also, if I do use a moisturiser during the day, I like to use the CeraVe one because it does have a SPF in it. So, I mean, most days I should probably be using this because I go out. This is the moisturiser I use. I've just got the Boots own brand sensitive one for the evening, and then the one with the SPF is CeraVe that I use during the day. So I do have a couple of other products and I do mix it up sometimes, but that's how I feel fresh. The last two books I've read have been a 4-star and a 5-star. So because I'm on such a high with my reading at the moment, I also don't want to dip to read anything that I'm not going to enjoy. I mean, I never buy a book thinking I'm not going to enjoy it, but I hate when a book disappoints me, and it's going to happen sometimes. But I like feeling that reading high you get after a few really good books. Here where it says work-related stress, this is always an effect that could cause the migraines or headaches.
With symptoms, depression isn't a sign of weakness or something you can snap out of by pulling yourself together. Bipolar disorder is a mental health problem that mainly affects your mood. If have bipolar disorder, you're likely to have times when you experience manic or hypomanic episodes, so feeling very high. Between the effort required and the rewards of a job can lead to stress. A sense of injustice and unfairness arising from management processes or personal relationships can also increase stress and risks to mental health. And other stressful is an issue.
Glitchy face.
You know, what have we experienced through our lives? Did we grow up in a loving family? Did we have siblings that were supportive? Were our family there for us?
I do feel like this look is going to become a staple in my videos. I am looking forward to seeing a difference. 4 come in a pack. This is the second time I'm using it, but I'm going to try and do them more regularly to see if we can get some type of difference. I do love looking after my skin, and I think I do quite a good job, you know. The chin hammock is back. It turns out we are going to continue with the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. This is the naked hardback. I have taken the dust jacket off to read it. So this is Children of Fallen Gods, not No Gods. I think I got confused because of Children of No Worlds. Anyway, so Daughter of No Worlds. So War of Lost Hearts is the trilogy. Daughter of No Worlds was the first book in this trilogy, and I gave that 5 stars. This is Children of Fallen Gods, and we have a new POV in this book. And I have a theory, but I'm not going to mention it just in case you decide you want to read it or what have you. I never know how much spoilery information to give, or what is even classed as spoilery information. This is the Waterstones exclusive editions, and I absolutely love them. They are all signed by the author as well, and they're hand signed. I love it when it's a hand signature and it's not digitally signed. So Josh is already like way into this book. He's like on chapter 50. I'm on chapter 6. In the first book, you follow Tasana. Max does get a POV towards the end of the first book, but he has regular POVs in this one. Tasana's our main character. In the first book, you are introduced to her being kind of bought into slavery, and then she is earning enough money to save to buy her freedom. However, the guy that has bought her into slavery, he does not expect her to be able to reach this number he has given her. She does reach it. There's a tussle. She ends up having to escape. She then goes to this type of council where she wants to enroll to be a soldier for them, because she wants to take a small army back to Thrall, where she is from, to be able to free the slaves. There's a lot going on. So a lot happens. She has to kind of prove herself to them. I thought there was a map. Yes, there is a map at the start of this. So Thrall is where she's from. I believe this is where she goes, because this is where Max lives. This is the book I'm reading. Earlier on, I went into a mental health workshop, and it was just about kind of raising awareness and removing that stigma, and also what we can do to help others, how we can understand others, things like that. It was supplied by my workplace, and it was run by doctors. So it was really informative, really good, and there is not too much long of my working day left, but I just want to read now. This one starts kind of straight away from the last book.
I don't know if I can find my way out.
happened? You're rearranging the pillows, are you? Should we put them back? Can we put the pillows back? And look how much better that is once I've cleaned the camera. Always clean your camera, people. Dexter, should we move away from the pillows now? It's a bit difficult for us to go to bed, isn't it? Okay, I don't think that's good, is it? This area here is where your mummy and daddy's head goes. So, when I say move, I don't mean get comfy in this spot, sir. Yes, Sam is. We're watching Remarkably Bright Creatures. I have not read the book, but let's see if this film makes me want to. Oh dear. She fell.
I did not intend to make her fall. My tug was instinctual because I felt the hole in her heart.
Nothing. Dexter! He's gone. This is really good. This is just like
Quality content.
yeah, us walking and there's no baby boy. Dexter!
He's gone.
I know. Was that good? Wait. We can try and slow-mo it. I had such a plan for this morning. I had my chin hammock on to help with this, and I was getting all cozy, all ready to start filming and give some updates and do some chatting, and my internet was down. So I'm at Sam's, I'm at my sister's because I need internet to work to do my job. And I don't know what it is today, like I've had a headache and I don't think I've realised how bad it was getting. My new medication's at home in a different bag, not in my work bag, and I need to separate it. So I've got some in my work bag and some in my everyday bag because I've got no medication with me. I have been wearing my glasses, but I just had to take them off to give my eyes a good rub. And I've been sat in front of a massive TV all day, as well as my work laptop, and it's been bright out. It's been really light and sunny, and I don't think I've been drinking enough. So all the factors have given me a headache, and I can see why it's come about. But I think my main cause of the headaches at the moment currently is stress. I feel so stressed, and I think I'm stressing myself out. No one's necessarily stressing me out, but I cannot help it. I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. Maybe this video put it out into the universe that I was going to be talking about migraines and headaches, and they were like, she might need another one that week. Did I bring this on myself? Who knows? Did I manifest another migraine? I hope not. My other little chat was going to be just kind of giving you a better description of what the War of No Hearts trilogy is about, because I think I just did a terrible job when I filmed my little chat about that book. So I am on book 2. Tasana is our main female character. She's a badass main female character. I do apologise, I had a hiccup. And she is hellbent on revenge. She escapes slavery where she buys her freedom she heads to the Orders, which is the most powerful, like, magical organization in the realms, and she wants their help for her revenge plan to kind of get justice towards her previous masters. She has to earn her place in order to get the Order's help, and so in book 1 she is apprenticed by Maxentarius, and I love him. He is a grumpy, broody, brilliant main male character. He's lovable from the start, even with his grumpy ways. There is a very unique magic system, and the battle scenes are written so well. I'm not usually a big fan of battle scenes in books, and I read quite a bit of fantasy, so there's quite typically a battle scene, but these are written so well. I'm so invested, I'm so locked in. It's really gripping. The second book is like different stories that I believe are going to come together. There's a lot less of that in book 1. But book 1 I did give 5 stars. I hope that helped with whatever rubbish I came out with earlier. Looks so much better with a clean lens. Dexter, this way. Come on then. Come on. Dexter being a nosy boy. Ain't you? You're being nosy. Dexter, come on this way. Come on. What are you doing? I can't film you when you're that close. Come on then. Come on. Okay, so I do need to wash my hair and I don't look my best. But I thought I would just let you know that going on walks has really helped with my mental health, my headaches, everything. Well, not so much my headaches, like if I've got a slight headache, yeah, being outside is fine. If I've got a migraine coming, absolutely not. It's just not happening. But to de-stress, walks has really helped me, like massively, because I have found this week to be extremely stressful, and that has been my main takeaway from everything. This is going to be the end of the video. I just wanted to do a quick wrap up of skincare and also the book I was reading. So I haven't quite finished it yet. To me, I would say it's on par, just as good as the first one so far. There's not one part of me that gets bored or loses interest. I love it. And I love that there's more of a mystery element in this book, because you're not sure how things are going to plan out as such. And you don't know, with these new characters being introduced, who to trust. I am thinking me and Josh may film a romantasy book like ranking video where we discuss our favorites, who puts what higher, that type of thing. So that will be fun. I had a few things come in the post. So I've got some more of the chin hammocks. I got the non-greasy version of the one I showed you before where I popped it under my eyes. So it's slightly different and it just goes under the eyes, on the forehead. I will still be using my previous one for my lips, so I can still get some use out of that. And then I've also got a nose pore pack. So there's 3 different steps. So I might try this out in another video. I'm not going to do it in this one because I'm ready for bed. The thing is, if it was just popping a nose thing on and seeing how I got on, it's not. There are 3 different steps and we don't have time for that right now. So what we're going to do this evening, we're going to use one of our Medicube pads. Then we're going to pop some of the Medicube pink serum on. And then once I've done that, I probably won't moisturize. I like my skin to be a bit lighter. So I might just go in with this evening. So these will be the 3 products I use this evening before going to bed. So we haven't finished the book, but we are partway through a romantasy series. We are trying to look after our mental health. We are looking after our skin with our skincare and going on walks. I did have to redo my nails this weekend because I picked the other ones off, but I always love me some stick-on nails. I am trying to figure out if it's more beneficial for me to get them done every couple of weeks professionally or for me to carry on with the stick-ons. I feel like I need to work out the math. So I think that is pretty much everything I wanted to just wrap up to end off this vlog, and then we can start afresh this week coming. I don't know if I will vlog. It may just be that me and Josh film something the weekend. Stay tuned. But whenever I do film my next vlog or what have you, I will be trying out the 3-step nose pore pack, because the thing is, you can't really see many of my pores because I've got the freckles tattooed on, so you may not see much of a difference unless I get really close. So you can see a few of my pores, but it's not too obvious, so we're not in desperate need to do that. I have been sucked in by TikTok again with this like hair remover for the peach fuzz and things. I'm not getting it right now, but you may see that in the future. Okay, bye.